There is one question that keeps bothering me, and the question is this. Why isn't there a good fun game in which you can get better at actual driving and avoiding accidents? Yes, there are a lot of games where you can drive like a maniac and run pedestrians over. There are even compilations with this type of, well, let's call it fun. Isn't that time well spent? Anyway, there are also very realistic games in which you can drive like a racer with a driving wheel, pedals and everything, and you can actually get better at racing. Recently, there was an amazing story about a professional esports gamer called Enzo Bonito, who managed to beat the former Formula 1 driver Lucas di Grassi in a real-life race at the Race of Champions in Mexico. Just take a look at this marvel. Even the commentators cannot believe what they just saw.
And I'm sure Lucas di Grassi can make it happen.
Edging forward, just needed on his first run, Lucas di Grassi.
This would be a huge scalp for sim racer Enzo Bonito, who's had quite a few opportunities to race real cars, and it looks like he could do it. No! Oh!
Di Grassi loses.
Yes.
Bonito wins.
Now, I am sure that beating a former Formula 1 driver is not an easy task, and it must be, let's say, a bit more difficult than driving a normal car down the road safely, avoiding accidents. The story of Enzo Bonito is a testament to how good racing games have actually become. Now, seeing the progress in this direction, I'm sure that there must be good games that teach you actual driving, right? If you can learn to race even better than a former Formula 1 driver, which is of course extremely difficult to say the least, it shouldn't be that difficult to make a game that teaches people normal driving, right? Well, let's take a look at what we've accomplished in this direction so far. This is a driving game meant to teach you driving. And this is a racing game.
Maddie is behind the wheel of the AMG Project One Forza Edition in Mexico's lush living desert.
Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think we can call this a fair fight. So my question is, why on earth isn't there a good high-quality game, or at least a mode in one of the better existing games, in which you can get better at actual driving? I will give you my perspective on why I think this is, and what the solution may be. I think that the main problem comes from the deeply rooted belief that learning isn't supposed to be fun. This is why I think companies are afraid that if they make a game that teaches you real life driving, it won't sell, and they won't be able to make a profit. This way of thinking is of course a direct product of our outdated and sometimes really frustrating education system, which in my opinion damages our curiosity and teaches us a wrong lesson that learning useful things is a serious matter and there is no place for games in the process. But this is very, very wrong. Of course there is a place for games in the learning process. Take a look at Mother Nature. When you see two lion cubs playing, they are not just wasting energy for no reason. They are preparing to hunt. When our kids want to play, they are not just lazy thrill seekers. They are following their instincts to learn, and it is our job to make their games useful and fun. This, of course, is an art, and it is not easy, but it is not impossible. And, in my opinion, it is crucial if we want better education and, consequently, a better future for everyone. Now, back to our game. How can we make it good so that everyone would be interested in playing? Let's take a look at the last game that we saw that is supposed to teach you driving. There isn't much happening, is there? Can we change that? Of course we can. Take a look at what actual traffic in a crowded area could look like. We can create a game in which you need to follow the rules, but take on challenges like getting to your destination fast without breaking the rules. through crazy traffic, where the others even sometimes break the rules and put you in situations where you need to avoid an accident. The road could suddenly be slippery, or someone could get in the way, or if this isn't interesting enough, the player could be a police officer who needs to patrol the streets, of course, obeying the rules, and who now and then does a car chase to catch a criminal. If we use our imagination, the possibilities are endless. I also have another message to the companies that are making driving games and think that no one is going to buy a game that teaches actual driving. The parents are the ones who buy the game, not the children. So if we make a fun game, or at least a mode in the existing ones which can teach you actual driving, I think the choice wouldn't be very difficult. Some of the parents would definitely want to use it themselves, if doing that can sharpen their reactions and help them avoid dangerous situations on the road. Combining such a game with a driving wheel, a virtual reality headset and the option of constant non-judgmental coaching in the game will save you a lot of real-world driving hours until you actually get good at driving and might even save your life. It could also be a great way to connect with your kid. Of course, if we talk about the future, as we do on this channel, I don't think that learning how to drive would be an essential skill in the future, since, as we see, AI technology and autonomous driving could soon make those skills obsolete. However, I think that there is something to learn from the fact that we have the technology to teach even professional racing, and there are a ton of games that can do it, and on the other hand there are almost no games that can teach normal driving. The lesson here, in my opinion, is we don't believe that learning can be fun, and this is why we don't even try to put effort into it and use our advanced technologies to improve it. However, the real reason that we want to play is actually rooted in our desire to learn. We need to reconnect to that feeling. We need to find a way to ignite the curiosity of our children and their desire to learn, and we need to use all our creativity and technology. If we succeed in this quest, at least in my opinion, we won't need to worry that much about our children's future. Anyway, we have tried to contact some companies to try to convince them to add this idea to their lists of future projects, but they have dedicated teams and don't have any interest in discussing outside ideas. This is a great topic for a future video, but as for now, we decided to present the idea here so that everyone can see it and be able to discuss it with us. Maybe you can add your creative ideas to the mix so that we can come up with even more interesting games in the future. If you agree with us, you can like and share the video, and perhaps if we are lucky enough, it could reach some of the companies and change their mind. Commenting and subscribing to our channel, of course, makes the YouTube algorithm even happier and will help our cause even further. Changing the old stereotypes is not an easy task, but as the saying goes, even the longest journey starts with a single step. So let's start walking towards a better and more interesting future together. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.